Good morning and welcome back. This is your reading for Friday, March 15th. And as usual, I'm connecting in higher self to higher self with you all to get a message for healing the soul, for the support for the day. Yay, it's Friday. Okay. What do we need to know for today? Right there. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords coming through reversed. That's ruled by the Moon in Libra. And we also have Justice reversed, which is ruled by Libra. And then we have the Page of Swords. Boy, we have a whole lot of air energy today. Well, a little bit of earth and mostly air with all the Libra. So, okay, there's something to do with the main theme here being, because when we have a major, I kind of tend to look at that as the theme. With Justice reversed, it could be feeling out of balance. It could have to do with somebody maybe pulling you out of balance and you're learning how to stay balanced and stay centered with them. Maybe they're feeling or making you feel like things aren't fair. Maybe you're trying to heal a false belief that life isn't fair. If you know, most people don't believe that life is fair. That's a hands down mass consciousness misconception. But if you look at life from just the vantage point of one lifetime, then things do seem very unfair. The thing is that it can take 8 or so lifetimes to work through one deep issue. And so if we're witnessing even our lives and we're, looking at someone else's life, it might be, you might think it's easier, but no matter whose life it is, it takes lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to get things deeply, to create healing in a way that makes the soul very, very balanced. Your spirits are perfect the way they are. There's nothing to balance out there. It has to do with the soul. So it's always about the soul work. So healing that false belief that life isn't fair is one of the things. And it's a pain for everybody. Everybody has that deep pain thinking that life just isn't fair, right? Like, I have to be perfect. I have to be so good. And then, or sometimes I just can't be vulnerable. It goes back to that, who do you think you need to be in order to have love, approval, connection? Because those are real needs in life, to have connection. We don't really need other people's approval, but that's how a lot of people feel connected. So if you can answer that question, who do you think you need to be in order to have love, connection, or approval? That's the answer to the key to all your problems in any lifetime, right? So just think it through. Like, what do you have to do in order to have pleasure and not feel deprived? What do you think you have to do? What do you think you have to do in order to be seen and heard and understood and have connection? Or can you just be yourself? What do you think you have to do in order to survive, rather than just be yourself and thrive? Answers to all those questions will be very, very healing. And with the Two of Swords in the morning, coming through reversed, I'm wondering if this one might have to do with just feeling really confused. And maybe the confusion is about just feeling that life isn't fair. Maybe life has become a grind and you're needing to kind of flip the script in your head to open up to and that takes a lot of, intention, positive intention, because remember, the energy that you put out there with your intentions, it'll wrap around your intention. And if you always ask for the truth, that's the deal, is the theme here is to always ask for the truth. What is the truth? That's what the Justice card is upright. It would be the truth. And so here with the Two of Swords and the blindfold, you're never going to find your truth just up in your head. Most people are really, really smart, and if we could have figured out things with just our head, we would have done that a long time ago. But that doesn't mean that you don't have good reason abilities, good intellect, and especially with all these air signs. So, but these cards are telling me that you're not going to get clear on the earth with your mind until you drop down into your feelings. With the Two of Swords, the task here is to get out of your head. Your crossroads, the crossroads that you're at, is to get into your feelings. Be willing to feel whatever you need to feel in order to heal all of those areas that I was just talking about. So, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's the best work you can do, and it's I believe, the reason why we're here. And if you, if you're willing to do that work, you can heal a lot in just one lifetime. And you can even bring you through whatever needs to heal for your last lifetime and handle it in a very graceful way, because now you know how to work it. So, basic keywords with the Two of Swords reversed, we're dealing with lies. We're dealing with somebody who's two-faced. We're dealing with the challenge of making decisions, and maybe the decision to not make a decision, putting you at a stalemate, which that could even be the Two of Swords upright as well. But I think the main theme when I get the Two of Swords reversed for someone, I always wonder if they're just thinking too much, or is somebody cheating on them, or is somebody gossiping about them behind their back. That can be an issue. Like if they're wondering if somebody's talking about them, and I get this card, it's like, oh yeah, darn it. And then keywords for the Justice card reversed. It's like I was saying, feeling like life is unfair, or actual injustice, a lack of somebody with a lack of accountability, someone not taking responsibility, somebody who's lying, somebody who's dishonest, and then, like I said, a lack of balance. The Page of Swords upright, the keywords for this one has to do with curiosity and being very mentally energetic and wanting to talk and work things through. And, sometimes if you're a person, or maybe this is a relationship with a person who does any kind of sports where where there's a bat or a golf club or any racket that you swing, that's also my card for that stuff. You can go so much with the images. But let me bring them upright, just so you can sink into, the wholeness of each card, right? So we have the blindfold on the Two of Swords on her, because it's to remind you to go in and not if you want to get out of the confusion, you're going to have to make a decision, but you want to make that decision coming from the heart. That's why her arms are crossed over her heart. And you can look at the swords as like antenna into the emotional realm, which is good. What do you really feel? And that will give you your answer. And you can use it because it's a two. You can use it as the artwork as the idea to think of your options over here and your options over here. If you went that way, how does that feel to you? And write that down and see what you get. Journal. We're dealing with the air signs. We're always dealing with writing, journaling, words, messages, and with Libra, it's probably a relationship. So this could be a relationship choice. And with the Justice card, the keywords there for this one upright would have to do with being very fair. And like I said, truth and the law of cause and effect. So it's our karmic card, a very karmic card. And balance is a major keyword there. And then, like I said, we've already gone through the air signs there, or the air quality of this earthly card. All the pages are of the earth. So maybe someone with crazy hair, like you know who. Maybe, who knows? Maybe there'll be some legal decision. Oh, you know what? That's possible. So, there's a beauty in being able to get messages from the cards from a lot of different angles. And being that March 14th, I'm doing these readings like way ahead. So I can't tell you right now what will come from Aileen Cannon's hearing that she's having oral arguments with Jack Smith and his team and Trump and his team. So, but it could be that this is him and the news that comes out. Maybe he goes golfing later or whatever, but anyway, it could be that news comes out that makes us, not sure if it's, let me draw a couple more cards. Why not? Just for the heck of it. If this were about Trump, this could be a decision that he doesn't like coming from somebody that he thought he'd bought and paid for, and it feels very unfair. And then he just later on just goes, fuck it, I'm going to go golf. Or he goes home to his golf resort because he is, he has about the emotional maturity of a child. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I've got these. Get a couple cards into that. Well, I read on this with Lisa last Saturday, but I can't remember everything we got. We read on, that's the problem. You read on so many different things and you forget. Okay. How is this Aileen Cannon? Or if this is about Trump, how does he do with this? How does he do? Does Aileen Cannon actually do anything for him? Oh, Lordy. Okay. Not good news hitting the ground. Things are still up in the air. I'm not sure a decision comes through. For him, it's a defeat. And with the Five of Swords reversed, and he's not going to get what he wants. With the Death card reverse, he's stuck. There's no freedom there. Goodness. Wow. Yeah, so he's not able to move on. And major survival and power control issues. So I'm thinking that maybe Aileen Cannon was afraid of getting removed and doesn't rule the way that he wants. Yeah, that's interesting. Then again, this here too could be the Eight of Wands, could be delaying the date. But if this is way in the future, he's not going to win anyway. Eventually, everything will come down on him. Because remember, life is fair. But he'll feel like it's all unfair. So, man, this reading got long, but, well, actually, it's not that bad. It's only 14 minutes. Interesting. Yeah, and I've read on Aileen Cannon enough times to see that she will be removed. So maybe that's what these cards are about. Maybe things are still up in the air for a little while, as of early morning Monday the 15th, or maybe we don't know. Maybe it's because they have their oral arguments, and then she makes her decision. So this would tell me, from that vantage point of reading just on Trump, that we don't know yet. But then later on, with his Five of Swords coming through, this is defeat. This is loss. This is him trying to win at all costs, but he's, betrayed. And this is also a card for shame, like humiliation. And then he's stuck in that. Okay. And if this bringing the political into the dailies was, you don't like it, you guys let me know, and I won't do it again. But it just kind of caught my eye there. So, okay, thanks. Bye.